been around for, honestly, feels like an absolute age. He's just been around forever. He was with Kaboom that played in 2018 MSI and, of course, in Worlds. But straight away, Infinity Esports laying down the gauntlet saying, we want the Lucian.
Yeah, Lucian's been doing some yoga in the little few weeks that we had off because he's the most flexible champion we have right now. Top, mid, AD carry, totally fine. You compare him with engaged supports if you want to, like Leona, because he's just obnoxious in how strong he is in the lane. And as well, then you compare him with things like the Electrocute Nami that we might get to see here from Infinity Esports. It's been kind of a little bit of a fun time for me when I've been playing it in the bot lane, so we'll have to see how we go. But Red Cannon's going to respond with the Misfortune the upside, another lane bully, and Aegis potentially looking towards an AP jungler here to open up things like the Tryndamere mid, the Yone mid, and it will still be the AP jungler. It's just going to be that Lillia.
Yeah, big AoE sleep available to you there with the Lilting Lullaby, and of course, if you can get ahead, just getting those camps off of spawn is so quick. You can counter jungle so effectively.
Yeah, also got changed a little bit as well, where she gets a lot of healing and not going to be moving around as fast, so a little bit easier to lock down, especially as we get SolidSnake going back towards the Jarvan. I love SolidSnake on these early game picks. He's so good with it. And there is the Nami to go with this Lucian. You have a crazy strong bot lane now that you will have to deal with as Red Canids.
Yeah, not only is he very flexible, but also he got some little bit of buffs there as well. He's able to get, when he's buffed up by a champion, he gets empowered auto attacks. He's able to just trade so much more effectively. Someone like Nami, who's all about the healings and the buffs, she's going to be perfect in that bot side.
Yeah, we'll go into that a little bit more because there's even more stupid stuff in this pick. But on the opposite side, we want to see a bit of engage locked in alongside this Misfortune. There is the Leona. So still a lot to be kind of up in the air for, especially mid lane for me. But also we're talking about GUIGO, big carry picks like this Gwen that he's been enjoying, the Camille. So it's a curious question here from Infinity Esports. Do you look to ban topside, or are you going to try and put a nail in Grevthar, make sure he's stuck in that mid lane?
I have a dark theory, a dark technology. I think that could be a Lillia top. It could be a Lillia top. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it could be. It has been making the rounds right now, and so we'll see exactly where that wants to go. Another very flexible champion that can go between a couple of different lanes there for the side of Red Canids. And like you said, we're seeing some of those big kind of skirmishing champions getting taken away now by both sides. The Aurelia band away, the Gnar, and the Gangplank.
Yeah, I do like that you're kind of like putting a lot of attention towards GUIGO though for Infinity Esports. He has been a massive carry for Red Canids. His damage percent is sky high. He's basically sharing the top spots with the rest of the team, and I think when you're looking towards him, getting him off picks that can do well is going to be good. But the Camille going to be locked in here for GUIGO, and honestly with the Aurelia taken off the board, there's not too much that can really go toe to toe with it in these early stages and stop this Camille from scaling and working so well in team fights with things like the Misfortune, even the Lillia as well.
Another big team fight ultimate. You can find someone, isolate them away, and just try and just all in with that Leona if you are given it now. So Infinity Esports got a couple of seconds left to see what they want to lock in. They are going to go with the Kennen this time around. So again, looking to try and just trade team fight power for team fight power.
Yeah, and I like this idea, right? Like the whole idea here for Red Canids is let's lock people down with Leona, with Camille, big AoE, big team fight. Right, Kennen can try and look to disrupt that. I'm curious to see what they lock in here for Cody though, because that's the big question mark for me coming in here is like how much do you want to, or how aggressive do you want to go? LeBlanc taken off the board from, he has gone towards picks like the Zoes, a lot in towards maybe like the Rise, but the Sylas has been left open, and that's going to be the first pick here for Cody.
And plenty of options to take away. Bullet Time, Lilting Lullaby, the Solar Flare. You got a lot of good options here for the side of Infinity to be able to steal those ultimates.
Yeah, it also denies things that we're talking about like the TF, right? You don't want to pick the Twisted Fate now in towards the Sylas. Things like the Rise though could go well for Grevthar. He's only played it once this split, but certainly can work pretty well. But he has played the Sylas, the Kled twice into the Sylas. We'll run this TP Ignite, and it looks like we might be getting one more time with the Lillia locked in, but no, last second change in towards the Sett.
We're going to get the Sett in again. Does give a very similar feel to the Kled. You're going in, you're trying to be disruptive, you're going with your ultimate to try and just get on top of people and cause havoc.
But it's again these low economy champions for Grevthar. He wants to try and roam, wants to try and make impacts on side lanes, and will happily just fall behind. So this fits into his wheelhouse so incredibly well, playing towards GUIGO, setting himself up for success, and I think that's where Red Canids will be putting a lot of their attention in these early stages.
Well, compositions are locked and loaded, and looking at these two teams, Infinity, they got themselves a wombo combo. They got the little, Pikachu on the top side with that Cataclysm. They're going to be able to lock people up if summoners are down. But for Red Canids, if they can get what we expected in these first two games, because they are different at the same time, just so expected.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see that we're getting kind of the the taste for both these teams, right? Where you look for skirmishes, and we can already see the map plays and play, right? You're starting to move up your bot lane towards that. You've got the push in for GUIGO on top side though, which means Red Canids have full control over River.
Oh, we are going to see a hell of a lot of people here, as we can see now flash back, trying to get the showstopper to start it all, but it's all about the movement. As he gets in, gets the haymaker, Grevthar will fall down. There's Fuzz Blood, and we get a tidal wave right across Jojo and Aegis. Cataclysm down, 3 more kills going on. That's a fantastic sleep, but you have no extra damage now with a TP coming in. This fight can really begin. There's the tactical sweep. You don't get a lot, but you get one back, but it's still Infinity with the advantage.
Yeah, it's kind of the participation medal there for GUIGO. Infinity Esports get that great skirmish that we were talking about, right? Cody setting that up beautifully, the flash behind, and now Infinity much more on towards the crit damage, where you're looking at the Gale Force or Kraken Slayer, Infinity Edge.
Oh, showstopper goes in as Cody gonna find himself with the Stolen Lillia ultimate. He's got the Lilting Lullaby down, but Grevthar, SolidSnake not going to be quite able to land that one there for him, and he's got to be careful. There is still another Lilting Lullaby from the original owner, as we now see the culling coming out just to try and get these health bars nice and low, but there is going to be the ultimate, but they trade it all back. It's fights on every side. There's the TP coming in. That's going to be SolidSnake falling down, but we go back down to bot side, and Whitelotus has picked up a kill. It's action all the time. Everyone back into the mid lane, and Buggax has found one.
We're all over the map right now. You wanted a bit of action. This is where we're getting it. Infinity Esports managing to fight back against what could have been a miserable play. Okay, CSD at 15, third goal difference of 15.
No! I thought it wasn't going to be enough, but there's the Gale Force. They even have the cleanse just for good measure, and that's going to be a nice little kill into the mid lane, into the back pocket of Whitelotus.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see a little bit more Lucian Nami. Seems like it's pretty alright, pretty okay.
Sorry. Looks cool.
And I think as well, but to be fair, Red Canids haven't really been given it, so you're not actually losing too much on the map for going for this. As Whitelotus though might lose his life.
They're going to go for it, but a nice little tidal wave, but a great solar flare catches out Ackerman. That was a 2-man commitment, but we even got the TPs coming in. They're going to put down the Hextech ultimatum, and Cody is dead. And the blink of an eye, 2 quick kills, and Red Canids have themselves. They're going to commit the TP straight away, and they're going to turn this one around straight away onto the Camille, but it is Cody who falls first. There we go, Buggax trying to use the slicing maelstrom. You have to get the haymaker off. He will eventually get it. Aegis almost going down. SolidSnake in the backside, and Teton goes forward, finds himself the kill. They will find out SolidSnake. He's not quite able to get the Cataclysm down, and they will get themselves 3 more kills. They don't need the dragon. They can turn for Baron.
So well played by Red, just keeping themselves at arm's length, finding those engages again. It feels like Infinity, they're just off kilter, too late coming in on the backside of that fight, and now Red can move over towards this Baron. GUIGO already resetting as well to make sure he gets full use out of the big purple worm.
You gotta get himself back out onto the map as quick as he can. It is a slow enough Baron. You have got a misfortune, so not quite going to be the quickest of objectives taken down, but will go down nonetheless, and that will be a massive move now as we have a look now at the replay.
Yeah, you're going to see here just keeping control of River. Cody takes that step too far, and this is the combo that we're talking about, right? GUIGO locking key members up, keeping them in place. They pick off Cody, and yes, SolidSnake is doing work in the back line, but the front side of this fight is just far too strong for Red, pushing people off. And now you can see in the bottom side, they want to make sure that they can pick up this next dragon as well.
Oh, that hook shot stunned the SolidSnake, just making sure he couldn't jump onto Aegis. And you feel like if he gets that Cataclysm, he gets the point, and there is the animations you were talking about.
I love this, man. I love Teton so much. Every time I was watching him on the screen, it was just like going.
Red Canids. We can see Whitelotus going forward, seeing if he can maybe get something going from him. GUIGO is here. He's going to jump straight in on top of Cody. There's a showstopper to try and get the bullet time going. He will get the damage, and there's a fantastic solar flare that cannot continue on. You can see now Red Canids, so they don't want it. They don't want to try and get the Baron. They want to go for the fight straight away. SolidSnake in a little bit of trouble. He's the one who has to face check as we go in. We're going to see the Hextech ultimatum coming out. There's the bullet time. They're not quite getting it on top of people that they want, but there is the death of the jungler now as they try and go in for the showstopper. Cody not quite able to get the abscond of Duck. These health bars are too low. It's a double kill for Grevthar. It's a double kill for Teton, and that's going to be the game.
I mean, secure, contain, protect. The package was delivered successfully as they just keep Teton safe. Buggax never gets the opportunity to try and use this big ultimate, and now Red will look to close out the second game of the World Championship.
They will look to try and push this one in. They got all the ways they could possibly want. They're even going to TP in. It's Ackerman versus the world. This is reminding me of a bit of Attack on Titan. Ackerman versus the Titans, but the Titans come out on top in this particular instance. It will be advantage in the Copa America to the Brazilian side.
And so well played by Red Canids. We talk, hey, you know, early stages, they like to try and play through this top side game. We go ahead, play through those strong lanes, but the